YouTube. Dorito.
Hello, Scott right here.
And today, we're going to go ahead and work on our Rival MotorSports MudHawk 10 120cc mid-size ATV.
The proper terminology is fix our ATV.
Yeah, what are we going to do, Luch?
Fix our ATV. We're going to install a straight axle in place of the one that has been behind bent before.
Yeah, and we'll show in the video, in the last video, I'll put a link down below or up here, of the last ride when I was riding it and jumped it and bent the axle. Now,
It wasn't a pretty sight.
this ATV is meant for somebody 140 to 160 pounds.
Luke size.
Luch size, not somebody 240 pounds. Dorito size.
No.
So what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys, this actually was a week turnaround to get this axle.
Real fast.
Yeah, it was very, very fast.
Easy.
They had all the parts in stock, and I'll also put a reference along right here somewhere in the
Here?
video where we show all the parts, where I had the review, and put a link up above as well. But as you guys can see, the fatness bent the axle. Let me go ahead and unlock the brake for you guys. Oops, wrong brake. There we go. But as you guys can see, we kind of bent the axle a little bit.
That's what giant Dorito butt can do for your axle, people.
Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Luch
Me.
to go ahead and put on the axle. He's going to explain everything to you guys while he does it. And it's really actually not that hard to do. Go ahead, take it away, Luch.
Where am I taking it? It's bent.
So what we're going to do is
We're going to replace the axle today, people. And what we're going to do, especially, is put him to work to do the heavy-duty stuff. This is our shop nerd right here today, and we're going to put him to work to take off the heavy-duty stuff. So we're going to take off everything necessary, wheels, brakes, chain, everything to replace this axle and make it right again. So, check it out. You check it out, and we'll all check it out together.
So let's get on with it.
Shall we?
Go ahead and let him out with a little drum major there, Luch.
Again?
Again.
I already did this shtick.
Let's do it again. So I'm going to go ahead and get these tires pulled off, and he'll get started on the axle. And yeah, we had a little incident. We'll do it sometime in the bloopers.
It was funny, people. You're going to laugh.
Yeah, when impacts attack.
So here, take that cotter pin out of there.
Yes, sir.
You got to start with the cotter pin, Bill. And you have to start with the cotter pin. Okay? If you try and do it a different way, serious damage may happen to someone's face.
Over here.
Now, once that cotter pin is out, you take your handy dandy Mac wrench that is really easy to slip right in there and just kind of pop the nut out. You know about all the popping the nut out, right, Chuck?
Okay.
These nuts. And you take the nut and you take the lock washer and flat washer and put it in your little magnetic tray.
What's that?
These nuts. There's one on each side. Once you get that nut out, you can just kind of slip the wheel right off of there. It's easy. It just comes right off, just like that, people. See? Now that you got the cotter pin out,
Yep.
you can take the nut off.
Who's that?
That nut.
Okay.
Okay, people. And I'll start taking off other stuff. How do you like that? Okay, first off, we're going to have to get these axle nuts. These axle nuts loose. So for that, you're going to need a BFW and a Thor. You take your big wrench, stick it on that axle nut, and give it a good smack. Boom! Off it comes. Just like that. Boy, we're rocking and rolling over there,
Yeah,
huh?
that one didn't want to come off.
Okay, now you got the axle nut loose, so you can move on to other stuff. We're going to end up taking the brake caliper, the brake rotor off. We're going to take this shield off here. So let's get to it, shall we?
Okay, and we're also going to blow up this picture as well so you can see Luke's doing this. Let's turn this back this way there.
Which way?
There you go. And we'll blow up this picture so he can get on it.
I don't want to get on the picture, though. Can you see me now?
Kind of.
Do you want to see me now?
You need to lean down when you're talking.
Like that?
There you go.
Boy, is that awkward. Okay, people, as you can see, I'm taking this nut off now. And boy, am I getting dizzy. I'm going to stop doing this so I can get the rest of this crap off.
Yep. So what he is doing right there is getting off the chain guard and just getting that pulled loose so he can go on to others. Okay?
Not good. Here, you handle the little stuff.
Okie dokie.
What I'm going to do is show you how it's done. You need the bionic fingers. And so you just twist. And twist and twist. And look at that crap, people. It comes right off. You smack this side. Both sides come loose. Well, at least it did for me.
Yeah.
So.
Then you got to also pull off the brake.
Okay, what I'm going to do, people, right now, is I'm going to switch sides with my life partner, Chip, here. All right, people. What we got to do is get off our brake rotor and brake caliper. So we need... Hey, where'd you go, Chip? Hold that brake again so I can bust these loose, huh? Those are all 10mm bolts, people. 10mm bolts, people. Check it out. So now we get the rest of this caliper off.
Explain to him here while I put a little light on the subject.
Well, we've taken the bolts out of the caliper, and we're going to just take that off and move it up over to the side, out of the way, so we don't mess with it in any way, shape, or form. So there you have it, out of the way. What?
Then what I got to do is I have to take out the master link.
Master link.
And then he's going to slide, explain to him, Luch.
Well, take the other axle nuts off, and then we can pull the rotor and pull the sprocket, and ultimately get the axle out of there. Can you see what you're doing?
Yes, I can, but it's real caked.
Caked with what?
A little bit of dirt.
Frosting?
Yes.
Icing?
Yes.
Cool. Well, now pull that master link and pop that chain. There we go, people.
Pop that chain. Pop that chain.
Yeah, it's a new song we just made up.
It's called Pop That Chain.
And it's called Pop That Chain.
Yeah.
Pop that chain.
Yep.
Okay, here you got your light back,
Okay.
people.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Okay, go ahead, Luch.
Now we've got the axle nut loose, so we'll take the axle nuts off. And well, have the other wrench right there. There we go. And we got the other axle. It's just a pinch nut system. You ever had your nuts pinched? And it locks them tight together and you can't breathe. And that's what it's doing here. It's locking these two nuts are locked together, people. And then you can just slide off your rotor, making sure which direction it goes. And then you slide off. Let's slide off this stuff too while they can see it. Check it out. Don't get all hasty.
Okay, sorry.
He does that, people. He's very premature.
Well, he told me hold the light.
And then what? He jumps right in with both feet. You're not qualified. Look what you did to your nut. Oh wait, much too early for that one.
Stay tuned for that one.
Okay, we got the other pinched nuts off of there. There you go. Hold my nuts. Thank you. There's a washer there too. Okay, and then the sprocket comes right off. And then right out like that, people.
All right.
Now we want to take a second here to show you what. I'll hold on to that. And now you get the other one. It's right behind you.
Sure.
What the heck is going on out there in your pack?
Someone was stealing our truck.
It's like you got an unsightly neighborhood, huh? People, I want to show you just what a 300-pound Dorito butt can do to a poor little axle. Can you see that, people? Let's put it down here like that. Can you see that?
Pick it up a little
Pick
bit.
it up a little more.
Yeah, you're
How about that?
perfect.
Can you see it? People, look at that. We got one making a right turn over here, while one is just going straight. Drag racing, NASCAR. Okay? There's a big difference. You can't use a NASCAR axle in your drag racing and your NHRA ATV. So, people, don't let a Dorito butt do this to your axle. Keep it safe, sane, and straight. All right.
Yeah, I was a little overweight on that one. Go ahead and hand that back so we can keep it for a reference.
It looks like I smacked him in the head with it, huh?
Yeah.
The axle didn't fare very well.
Kind of like a mustache. Oh.
Yeah, kind of. All right, now. People, we're going to put the sprocket back on here.
Now, did you say there was a difference between...
Yeah, look, you can see. See, they're identical.
Yeah.
It's only because your big butt made it look different.
No,
See?
I thought there was about something, might have been a difference with the threads or nothing, but it doesn't look like
No,
it.
not the threads.
Yeah.
No.
So
See? Match up. What he's getting at, people. Match up your axle.
Yes.
Make sure it's the right one.
Exactly.
All right?
Yep.
Looks good to me, huh?
All right.
So, once again, we're going to put the sprocket on here. And then you put your washer on. And your one nut. And then you just go finger tight, people. And put the other one on just cause.
Was there a washer that was separating the two?
There was a washer in between the sprocket and the nut. Weren't
Great.
you listening? I just told them what was going on.
Sorry, I learned to block you out.
Okay, and so you want to leave a little bit of distance because you got big fat wrenches that have to get in here to tighten crap up. So you're going to tighten it up as much as you can by hand. Just like that, people. And you'll be tightening it up later once we get the brakes on. Now you just slide this back in the way it came out. That's the good thing. Look how it just goes right back in. Look at that, people. And then you can take your brake and put your brake back on, remembering which way it went, just like that. Washer, nut, other nut. This axle got a lot of nuts, people. That's why it held up so long to his big butt.
Yes, I'm actually really surprised, and we'll put a link to the videos in there. This bike held up real good. I'm impressed.
At this point in time, we can put the brake back on, so we can hold our crap together. Which we got to do a lot of that when we're around Chip. There we go. And you just get your, hand me the Loctite, Chip. Now here's where you got to get kind of fancy. You got, see, you came with Loctite on there. You don't want to keep your bolts tight so they don't fall off on the trail. So we're going to go back with a little Loctite and put that back on. Just so things stay.
Wait, you twisted it all out. We're doing it. How look, I'm going to twist my little cobra. Grow a real cobra.
Just a little dab will do you. All right. So now we get these bolts back in here. Go as far as we can, then we tighten them down. Good and tight. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Let's go back and tighten up our nuts down here so we don't forget about it. Forget about it!
As you guys can see, this is a pretty easy process. It's just slide the axle out, slide the axle in, you pull the brake, slide the rotor out, slide the sprocket out.
All right, now
20
you need to
minutes?
hit the brake again.
20 minutes maybe, Luch?
Eh,
Let's go ahead and slide
unless you factor in Dorito time.
Let's
So this is where the spin-up process goes. All right. There we go.
Good and tight. And then you lock the other nut down on top of it. Good and tight. And then you follow that same procedure on the other side, making sure it's good and tight. Tighten up the lock nut. And off you go.
Well, while you're there, go ahead and put the master link on too. Here, let me let go of the brake for you.
Now, you got to note that we did tighten these down to 40 different Lucian meters.
Yes.
And it is critical that you tighten them down to that spec.
Yep.
So,
While you're there, go ahead and put on the master link.
oh,
There you go. Go ahead.
Thanks.
One stop luching.
once you get your chain lined back up there, you just pop your master link in there, put the other side on. What'd you do with the clip?
It's right there.
Right where?
Standing straight up looking at you.
Well, like I can see anything through my mask.
Well, it's your choice. You don't want to reveal your secret identity.
Does
Oh,
Clark,
that is your secret
does
identity.
Clark Kent? Okay, people, you pop your master link back in there and you secure it with your needle nose. Pop it in. There, your chain is good and tight again. All right. So now, I think the only thing we got left here
Is to put the
is
wheels
put
on.
the wheels back on.
Yep.
Right? Now we got the chain guard. People, chain guard.
Yep.
What'd you do with the chain guard?
Chain guard is.
Is where?
What did you do with the chain guard, Luch? Jeez Louise.
We
Here you go.
lose everything, don't we?
There we go. I know. I actually had it in a good spot.
All right.
Let me get Bucket's evil cousin over here.
Okay, so we put the chain guard back on.
Can I go ahead and put this wheel on now, Luke?
I wish you would.
Then you want to line up the spline. Slide it right in.
Slide it in. Hey, that's not very nice.
Well, sorry. And then now on this, you have a lock washer and a flat washer. I'm going to put your flat washer on first, of course.
Put your flat
And then your lock
on
washer.
first.
And then your castle nut.
Just like the king.
Yep, and then
Burning looch. I'm a hunk of burning looch. I'm a hunk of burning looch. Oh, oh, oh.
Why are you laughing at me? Okay.
Alright, so you want to finish tightening up the castle nut. Give me the flashlight so I can make sure we're straight, Luch, for the cotter pin, please.
Mr. Cotterpin.
Flashlight right there, sir.
There you go.
Oh, hey, thank you.
Hey, see, the whole hub just kind of slides back on the new axle, people. Looks really nice.
Okay, once you got the axle on with the 1 3/16 nuts, you want to take your cotter pin
Mr. Cotterpin.
and stuff it through. Now, Luch has a little surprise for him. He's going to love me for this one. But that's okay.
I am.
Yes, sir.
What am I gonna love?
You'll see.
Alrighty then. You suck. He took the good cotter pin that I took out and left me with his crappy cotter pin that he messed up.
No, it was all mangled.
That he messed up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to repair Mr. Cotterpin before I put him back into service.
Are you done with those? I need those pliers.
No, I'm not done.
Okay. Well, geez. It'll take a second, then I'll be able to put in my cotter pin.
Oh, this is fun.
You getting it in there, buddy?
And then people, he don't know it, but I took the dust caps off earlier and I've got them right here, ready
And waiting.
to go back on to cover your Mr. Cotterpin.
Thank you, sir.
So, as you can see, this is really easy, people. There's really nothing to it.
Go ahead and let off the brake. Let's see if it's straight.
Oh, I bet it'll just go straight down and no more right-hand turns.
Look at that. And the wheels are straight.
Look at that, people. No more wobbly.
Nope. Much better. So, what we're going to do right now is we're going to open up the garage door. And yes,
Send them down the street
yeah, we're going to put the fatness on the bike real quick and run it down the
to
road.
make sure this new axle can handle that old butt.
Yeah. Also, too, we'll put a link in the description below to where you can find these parts from Rival MotorSports, get a hold of them directly, and they'll be able to send you this stuff out, or you can get a hold of them through your dealer, and they'll send these parts out.
Unless
They-
you live right next door
they
and you can
really-
walk across the street and get it.
Yeah, they do really work hard to keep extra parts for all these bikes in. So the availability for parts is not an issue.
They have anticipated big butts on small ATVs.
Yes. So anyways, we'll go ahead and put a link below to Rival MotorSports and to where you can find specifically the axle.
You're gonna love
And
it.
you look at other parts as well. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the garage and get on this thing.
Shall we? Well, what do you think? Did we do a good job?
I think it works great. Let's put it up.
Look, people. Axle is straight.
We did the live axle swap on there, or did the axle swap.
It was easy.
Yep.
You saw it.
So easy a Luch can do it.
I did it.
You see, we took it for a ride, straight as an arrow.
Even with his big butt on it, it still went straight.
Yes. So now what we're going to do is the next time we're going to go ahead and let Lucci here
What?
take it out on the
Me?
dirt and ride it and get a Luch.
You're not gonna bogart the rest of your toys?
No, I'll ride something else.
What else you
can ride-
got?
I don't know, maybe a buggy.
Oh.
But we'll have to see. Maybe that'll be.
I finally get a chance to ride it, people. The Luch size, on a Luch size, should be fun.
And see how this thing does. So
I promise you, my narrow little butt will not bend an axle.
yes. And speaking of axle, we'll go ahead and leave a link to the parts in the description below, and also to rivalmotorsports.com, where you guys, if you need any parts for this, you can get them pretty quick. Love the turnaround. What did you say, Luch?
Within a week.
Yes. So it literally called him, got the axle. Anyways, guys, I'd like to thank you for watching,
You guys rock?
and don't forget to come back to Dorito.
And the Lucha Cabre.
Yep. Pieces.
Rock on. Alright!
Forgot
You
about
can
those.
get a little high up there, aren't you? Those are rim shots.
Wait a minute, Zoolander. Okay, wait a minute here.
Magnum.
Magnum.
Back to blue steel.
Magnum.